Ways Apple ensures secrecy of unreleased products. Hello, and welcome back to another video here on High Tech 10s. Apple goes to extreme lengths to prevent information about its upcoming products from leaking before their official release. Many companies do this too, but Apple has greater incentives to. It is one of the most copied companies in the world, and consistent leaks could hurt its finances and give its rivals and copycats an edge. In this video, we shall be taking a look at how Apple pulls this important stunt off, so stay tuned and watch the video right till the end. It hires digital forensic companies to expose leakers. Apple employees are fond of leaking company information to the press. This trend is so common that a memo warning employees against leaking company information to the press was leaked to the press. The details of another meeting where executives deliberated on how to catch leakers was leaked too. In response, Apple puts great efforts into exposing leakers. It even contracted the services of digital forensic companies like Global Security to trace leaked company documents back to the source. So far, Global Security has exposed several Apple employees who leaked information about unreleased products to the press. It also works with Apple's suppliers to track leakers along with those who gained unauthorized entry into restricted areas or stole patents, prototypes, and completed products. It finds its suppliers. A few years ago, a sapphire glass maker called GT Advanced went bankrupt. The company soon filed charges against Apple amidst claims a $50 million fine Apple imposed on it contributed to its downfall. We do not know the explicit details of the fine because both companies signed a non-disclosure agreement. However, from the limited details GT attorneys presented in court, we know Apple fined the company for leaking information about the unreleased iPhone 6. GT lawyers described the agreement between Apple and GT as oppressive and burdensome. According to reports, Apple always fines its suppliers for leaks traced back to their facilities. The suppliers cannot refuse to pay because it is part of the conditions listed in their contracts. Apple and GT later agreed to a $3.5 million settlement. Codenames for its unreleased products. Apple uses codenames for all its prototypes and unreleased products. That way, no one will have an idea of what the product is about even if the codename leaked. For example, the Apple Watch was codenamed Gizmo, macOS was codenamed Systems, and the iPhone was codenamed Purple. The iPhone was developed in a dedicated lockdown room. We will get back to this soon. Codenamed the Purple Dorm. Employees working there adhere to strict rules like never talking about the prototype iPhone outside the room. The 1994 Power Macintosh 7100 computer was codenamed after astronomer Carl Sagan, who was unimpressed when he found out. Apple responded by renaming it Butt-Headed Astronomer. Sagan filed charges, first against the Butt-Headed Astronomer codename and later the Carl Sagan codename. He lost both. He and Apple later reached an agreement to codename the computer law, which means lawyers are wimps. The controversial naming convention was extended to the macOS 7.5, which was also slated for release in 1994. It was originally codenamed Mozart, but changed to Capone after Apple discovered Windows had codenamed its upcoming Windows 95, Chicago. Apple's name was a pun on the infamous Al Capone, who once ruled over the Chicago crime scene. It threatens to end contracts. Apple has a long list of things it could do to suppliers and contractors that leak its unreleased products. It could fine them, file charges, or, in extreme cases, end their contract even if it only suspects them of being responsible for the leak. This has made many Apple contractors like Foxconn, which assembles iPhones, to turn their facilities into modern fortresses. Foxconn employees can only gain access to the factory with security cards, after which guards cross-check their identity with fingerprint scanners. Guards also use metal detectors to search them before they leave the facility. Apple's contractors take their security so seriously that guards at a Foxconn factory in Longhua, China, beat up and harassed a Reuters reporter for taking photos of the facility from the street. The harassment only ended when the reporter called the police. The reporter realized an apology was all he would get after a police officer told him, "You are free to do what you want, but this is Foxconn, and they have a special status here." The reporter did not file charges. It builds lockdown rooms. Like contractors, most Apple employees are in the dark about Apple's unreleased products. They are only told what they need to know when they need to know it. Every employee knows something is in the works when they see a carpenter walk into their office. However, in keeping with Apple's policies, they do not ask questions because they know someone would have spoken to them if it were their business. The carpenters soon set up windowless rooms that are only open to authorized personnel. Apple calls these rooms lockdown rooms. They are the birthplace of most products and services developed by Apple. Employees outside an office only discover the existence of a lockdown room when their access badges stop granting them access to certain rooms and offices. The rest do not know what is happening and are often as surprised as we are when Apple suddenly releases a new product. It built an employee-only restaurant. Apple will go to any length to prevent its employees from spilling confidential information, even if means separating them from the public. This was what happened in 2012, when it built an exclusive restaurant for employees at its former headquarters in Cupertino, California. Apple had a restaurant inside its Cupertino office at the time. However, it was open to visitors on the condition they were with an employee. As it turned out, the presence of an employee was not enough to dissuade Apple's fears that rival businesses and journalists may visit to eavesdrop on conversations. So it built a second restaurant to exclusively serve its employees. So there you have it. Hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.